YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy D.Shelton, man. We back with another video, man. We back with another reaction, man. We got us a banger right here. We got Memphis Grape Gang Crips. I'm assuming this must be like a part of, the Grape Street Crips from Watts that moved to Memphis. So, we finna get into the video and let's see what it's talking about, man.
Known as the Grape Gang has been linked by both law enforcement and lurid street legend to drug trafficking, high-profile murders, and a wave of violence that's left a trail of bodies across the city. By some estimates, this crew and its rivals have traded dozens of lives in brutal turf wars. In 2019, federal agents even launched Operation Grapes of Wrath, indicting 16 people tied to the Grape Street Crips on serious drug charges. It was a major blow against the gang's narcotics network, stretching through Memphis neighborhoods like Nutbush and South Memphis. But cracking down on the Grape Gang has proven far more complicated than a single bust. Their influence runs deep, intertwined with the city's vibrant rap scene and an escalating feud that has rocked the Memphis underworld. Before we get started on this video, make sure you go check out my website that's in the description, where I post viral videos daily. And plus, make sure
after a man in their neighborhood has been targeted by multiple shooters. As Quemetro Woburn reports, this is not the first time it's happened. We do want to warn you, some parts of the video you're about to see may be disturbing.
Broken car windows and a broken sense of security, a role that's left after Sunday morning shooting on Briar Place. In this unsettling surveillance footage, you see a gray Pontiac Grand Prix with its left side front fender damaged pull up to
even
this
the driver
intersection with 3 men inside. The men, all wearing masks, hang outside the car doors and windows.
One reason the Grape Gang looms so large in Memphis is its crossover into hip-hop culture. Several of the city's rising rap stars are either members or closely affiliated with this gang, openly flaunting the grape identity in their music and social media. They wear the colors, flash grape emojis, and shout out cryptic gang slogans in hit songs. Names like Big Unk, Quez Ruthless, Chopper E Money, Big Mochi Grape, and J Fizzle rain out from both studio speakers and police scanners. These young men aren't just entertainers, they're reputed foot soldiers of a Crip set transplanted from Los Angeles' infamous Grape Street to the banks of the Mississippi. On Reddit forums and YouTube channels, fans and foes alike swap rumors about their exploits, painting them as folk heroes to some and dangerous criminals to others. And in Memphis, where rap careers and gang affiliations often overlap, the lines between performer and gang member blur to nothing. Take Big Moochie Grape and J Fizzle for example. Both hail from Paper Route Empire, pre-rap label founded by the late superstar Young Dolph, and both are believed to represent the Grape Street clique on the streets. J Fizzle, Dolph's own cousin and protege, has been in the game for nearly a decade, revered for gritty tracks that double as survival anthems from South Memphis's roughest blocks. Big Moochie Grape, whose very name shouts out the gang, rose from East Memphis and quickly became one of Dolph's most aggressive young artists. In 2022, at the height of his buzz, Moochie suddenly vanished from the scene, locked up on a prison stint that he's kept quiet about. He re-emerged in 2023 with a newfound ferocity. On his first day out of prison, he got a face tattoo of a crowned dolphin to honor Dolph alongside the Pre logo on his neck. Great back home.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Getting face tattoos is crazy. Like, but I mean, I get it. But if you in the streets and you don't plan on doing nothing else productive in your life, besides probably be a rapper, then I guess it's cool. But like getting a face tattoo, that's the craziest thing you can ever do in life, bro. Like, especially if you don't be in the streets, you know how identifiable that is for the police. Like, oh, he the one with such and such on his face. You do a crime, bro, you think you covered up, that one little piece of that thing on your face could show. And they be like, oh, yep, that's him. So I just advise y'all stop getting face tattoos. It just look crazy, period, though. Cause you feel me? You just look like something wrong with you.
Declared triumphantly on Instagram. But freedom came with new challenges. In late 2024, whispers on the streets claimed Big Moochie was ambushed and robbed of his flashy jewelry, with the culprits brazenly parading his stolen chains on social media. It was a humiliating jab at a rapper who once boasted that anyone who tried him would be suicidal. The incident underscored how the Grape Gang's enemies are eager to test them, online and off.
You feel me? It's always niggas tougher than y'all think.
Yo. Ooh, baby Jesus and them. Look at all them spaghettis. Ooh, look what that got in it. Finley Lake. Pick you something nice. Shit here.
If Big Moochie and Fizzle represent the flashy rap side of the Grape Gang, Big Unk embodies its raw street credibility. Big Unk, pronounced Big Unk, was a feared name in Memphis long before he ever recorded a verse. Rumors swirled that Big Unk personally gunned down a notorious rival, a man known as D-Money, from the Trula Mafia gang. This was no ordinary street beef. Trula Mafia is an infamous clique itself, aligned with Yo Gotti's CMG camp and bitterly opposed to Dolph's pre-crew. The alleged hit on D-Money was brazen and personal. D-Money was the younger brother of J-Money, one of Trula's OGs who had been killed not long before. In the streets, people whispered that Big Unk's act was payback and provocation all at once. In fact, when young Dolph later signed Big Unsug to Pre, many saw it as Dolph thumbing his nose at Trula Mafia, effectively embracing the very killer of his former allies. Some speculate this move sealed Dolph's fate, an unforgivable insult in a city where loyalty and revenge are two sides of the same coin. By November 2021, that long simmering feud
was crazy. No, that was fake. That was a fake bar right there. Where revenge and loyalty is the same side of the coin. It be going down in Memphis, bro. Like, if y'all know, Memphis is fucking crazy. Like, it be going down, bro. Like, it ain't a year Memphis ain't in the top 3 in homicides, bro. Cause niggas, I don't know, like I said, it's just the beef, motherfuckers jealousy. Like I said, ain't loyalty and revenge is on the same side of the coin. Like, come on, bro. Memphis be going down. But hey, that's in any other city though, for real. Like I said, it just, hey, somebody getting more money than you or you got beef with them, it's like that. It's up. And it's just sad to say, but that's how it be though. You know, we gotta do better as a community.
Exploded into public view when Dolph was assassinated in broad daylight while buying cookies at Makita's, a beloved local bakery. The gunmen turned out to be from the rival camp Straight Drop and others linked to Trula, allegedly carrying out a hit ordered by a higher up in Yo Gotti circle. Dolph's murder sent shockwaves through Memphis and beyond, and in the aftermath, the spotlight intensified on Big Unk and the great affiliated Double R clique he rode with. Had this underground war over a slain gangster's pride really led to the death of a rap icon? Many in Memphis believe so, yet the saga of Big Unceasancy took another turn after Dolph's death. While he survived the street wars that claimed others, the law caught up with him in a different way. In early 2023, Big Unk was arrested by federal authorities after being caught with an illegal Glock switch, a conversion device that turns a handgun into a mini machine gun. For a rising rapper and reputed hitman, it was a simple but serious offense. In March 2023, he was handed a 7-year federal sentence, effectively sidelining him at the peak of his music buzz. The irony was not lost on anyone. A man implicated in deadly shootings finally taken down for a weapons charge. Behind bars now, Big Unk even gave a jailhouse interview, reflecting on losing friends like Big Scar and nearly overdosing himself, showing flashes of regret and wisdom beyond his 20-something years. But on the streets he left behind, the war rages on without him. The Double R clique that Big Unk was part of lives on through others, notably Kez Ruthless and Chopper Imoni, 2 young artists who proudly rep the rich and ruthless subset of the Grape Gang. Kez Ruthless came up shoulder to shoulder with the late rapper Big Scar, whom he calls his brother. Together, they and a few others formed a tight-knit unit they nicknamed the Grim Reaper Gang, under the larger Grape Street umbrella. Quez's music is uncompromising and street certified. In interviews, he's openly talked about surviving shootouts and cautioned younger kids to steer clear of the same vices that consumed his peers. Big Scar's story is a tragic parallel to his gang life. He scored a platinum hit and a deal with Gucci Mane, only to die from a prescription drug overdose at age 22 in late 2022. His death shook the Memphis rap community, a stark reminder that not all casualties in this life come from bullets. At Big Scar's funeral, Quez Ruthless stood front and center, vowing to keep their movement alive. He and Chopper Imoni continue to release music laced with references to Double R and Grape loyalty. Every bar they spit doubles as a warning to rivals and a tribute to fallen brothers. In one track, Big Scar and Quez rap together about their Double R bond, boasting how their clique was never stopping. A prophecy Quez now shoulders alone. This cycle of retaliation and loss within the Grape Gang has left a graveyard of young men in its wake. Even within the gang's own ranks, deadly risk can form. Deontay Great Fletcher was a 25-year-old up-and-comer in the crew. Some say he was a teenage recruit mentored by older Great members.
Right.
On New Year's Eve 2023, Ty
Crazy,
Great
man.
was shot and killed at a house party in the Riverdale area of Memphis. The case remains unsolved, but street gossip quickly filled the void.
That's why you don't go to the street. Now don't go to house parties, bro. House parties been dead. Like, man, it ain't not a time, bro. House parties, bro. You know they gonna get shot up. Cause that's the prime opportunity for niggas, for your ops to come slide on y'all. Or they gonna be at the party. Y'all gonna bump into them, and it is up. Like, man, even if you not even in the streets or got nothing to do with the beef, you could just be innocent. Like I said, man, house party, hell no.
Allegedly, Ty had tried to rob one of his own OGs and pay for that betrayal with his life. The idea of an internal execution like that
Shit,
sent
it wasn't
chills
even that
through
then.
the community. It illustrated a harsh truth about the Grape Gang. The danger doesn't only come from rival gangsters or police crackdowns. Sometimes
they
it
own
comes
each
from
other.
within, when codes
me.
of loyalty are broken. Meanwhile, the feud with outside rivals continues to claim lives across the city. In January 2022, a rapper named Nusky, a Moneybagg Yo affiliate who was friendly with the Grapes, was gunned down in Whitehaven, his murder coming just weeks after Young Dolph's. At Nusky's vigil, Dolph's artist Key Glock tweeted out, "Fly high, Grape, mourning a fallen friend," even as many suspected Nusky's death was part of the ongoing tit-for-tat violence. With so much blood spilled, Memphis has seen homicide rates reach historic highs. The year 2021 closed with 342 murders citywide, an astonishing toll that officials partly attribute to gang warfare spinning out of control. The Grape Gang and their enemies in sets like True La Mafia have turned Memphis into a maze of no-go zones, where simply wearing the wrong color or chain can get you killed. Police and federal prosecutors are scrambling to stem the violence. In the 2019 drug conspiracy case, authorities noted they've been watching the Grape Street Crips for years, tracing how California gang culture took root in Memphis. We're tired of the guns and we're tired of the drugs, declared one Memphis district attorney, as those 16.
But I'm gonna say this though. I think, like, don't get me wrong, like I said, you know, LA, you know, Grape Streets is where LA, you know, and Watts is where they came from. But, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, they heard the Grapes get the, you know, they about that life, you know, LA too. But I think with Memphis, it's more gunplay. And so it's a little bit more deadlier. And like say they going at it with other people in the city that ain't, you know, they ain't going to just, you know, against other, you know, Crips and, you know, the Bloods. You know, they going at it with different sects and stuff like that. So I think it's a little bit more deadlier. But don't get me wrong, I ain't saying like, you know, the same mentality that came from the Grape Street Crips and Watts to Memphis ain't what it is. But I think it's more intensified because, you know, they ain't, you know, they more about gunplay in Memphis. That's what I'm trying to say.
Grape affiliates were hauled into court. Still, despite periodic big busts and weapon seizures, new indictments keep coming. The gangs adapt. Younger members step up as older ones get locked up. It's a deadly game of whack-a-mole that law enforcement alone can't seem to win. The tale of Memphis's Grape Gang is still being written, in blood and in rhyme. New indictments, new diss tracks, new victims. The cycle continues. But for those living it, this isn't just entertainment or internet fodder. It's life and death. In the end,
real life.
The Grape Gang story stands as a tragic reflection of a city where opportunity and danger walk hand in hand. It's a world where a hit song can pay tribute to a slain friend one week, and the next week that friend's killer might be gunned down in revenge. A never-ending loop of streets to the studio and back to the streets. This is the reality behind the fame and infamy of the Grape Gang in Memphis. And as the credits roll on this chapter, one can only wonder how long before the next beat drops and the next bullet flies.
Man, like I said, they be going down in Memphis, bro. Like I said, you know how it's bad when NBA players said they be scared to go there. Like, that's how you know it's bad. But like I said, but man, man, all this street shit and beef shit is sad. It's old, bro. It's time to do something else productive in life, bro. Like I said, bro. But hey, man, it's just like these young niggas want to live. But shout out to the new subscribers to the channel, man. Shout out to Top Trend Report for the video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. If y'all can check out my second channel, it's D.SheltonTv, and we out.